In this spicy episode of Shh Creds, we're diving headfirst into a TikTok video that has set the internet on fire. A 10-second clip where a husband publicly calls out his stay-at-home wife for riding off his salary for the past 10 years. First, I'll show you the viral video so you can see what all the fuss is about. Then, we'll check out some of the most popular responses and reactions from TikTokers who have a lot to say about this drama. Finally, I'll give you my own take on the situation, because you know I have some thoughts.
I've been what? I've been doing what for 10 years?
You've been writing on my income.
I've been writing on your income for 10 years. Being a stay-at-home mother, which you wanted me to.
I have been telling women for the longest time, if you're going to be a stay-at-home parent, you either need to prepare for that and make sure you have money saved, or have some little job that you can do a couple times a week, a couple hours a week, so that you always have money coming in. And listen, I totally get it that your husband is amazing and he would never do anything to hurt you, but courtrooms are full of couples who are now getting divorced who thought that other person would never do anything to them either, who was just amazing, who was their soulmate. I mean, with the exception of random people who are marrying for various other reasons, most people who get married assume that the person that they're marrying is their soulmate and is amazing. So what are we talking about here? So I just have a couple of things to ask you. If your partner, for whatever reason, randomly woke up one day and without warning, emptied out your bank account, your joint bank account, because all the money is coming from him, and disappeared, would you be okay for 3 months to several years as you wait for a court date, as y'all wait to reach an agreement? Would you be okay with nothing financial coming from him? If your partner became disabled or terminally ill and could no longer work, would you be okay? If your partner was laid off and lost their job and needed several months to find a new job, would you be okay? Now, some people are going to be able to answer yes to that because they have family and friends who might be able to help them. But unfortunately, a lot of women will probably not be okay, and answering this question will be horrifying to them. And I've made videos like this before explaining this, and I've had women say, well, I'll just pick myself up by the bootstraps and do what I have to do. As a woman who has done the picking up by the bootstraps and doing what they've had to do, let me tell you something. It's not an inspirational Hallmark card moment. It's not fun. It's very stressful, a 0 out of 10 stars, and I do not recommend. One of the worst things that any human being could do is put 100% of their trust into another human being. And, you know, we're talking about an adult putting their trust into another adult. We're not talking about a child who really has no other option but to depend on their parent. And listen, I totally get it. I don't doubt that you wouldn't be able to pick yourself up by the bootstraps. I don't doubt that your partner is amazing and that you can trust them and that they would never do anything to you and you don't have anything to worry about. But all I'm saying is it doesn't hurt to just look out for yourself and your children, because possibly at any point you might be the person that your kids depend on financially. You might be the person paying all the bills. We don't know what could happen tomorrow. We could guess, we could hope, we could have a plan that things will go well. But my thing is, what if they don't? Then what would you do?
I've been doing what for 10 years?
You've been writing on my income.
I've been writing on your income for 10 years. Being a stay-at-home mother, which you wanted me.
Women that ask about climbing the corporate ladder, do their brains glitch and forget how they have the ability to do that? Like, do they forget that their ability to go out and earn the same income they're holding over their partner is possible because you have one person at home doing the job of about 10 people for free? Calling being a stay-at-home mum as riding on my income is not only disrespectful, but it's incorrect, because have you seen how much childcare costs? Or a nanny, or a cleaner, or a cook, or I don't know, a house manager? And this is why it's so important to pick your partner carefully, because a man who values you would never financially blackmail you or belittle you. And if a man does that, then I'm sure they can find the way to the door with the 3 macho brain cells that are preaching the misinformation. Another important take though is, if you have the ability to find something that enables you to put some money in your bank account as a stay-at-home mum, do it. Find something that aligns with your day, your passions, work from home roles that don't require too much mental strain, just anything to not put you in the position position to have someone treat you like a prisoner or a burden. Regardless to any stay-at-home moms out there, you are doing amazing, and never doubt yourself and never forget that, because at the end of the day, even if your partner doesn't see the world in you, your child does.
You think you're justified?
I've been what? I've been doing what for 10 years?
Go back and watch this video. This husband is telling his wife that because she has not worked and she stayed at home raising their children and keeping his home, that he has carried her and he has been taking care of her for the last 10 years. And this is the devaluation of labor, of domestic labor. And the woman that I'm stitching comes in and says, this is why you have to have a secret job. This is why you keep secret money on the side. And I'm going to say no to that too. Like, look at how much labor. So now, on top of keeping the house, raising the children, managing and meeting the husband's needs, and then also meeting her own needs, now she has to have a secret job, a job that she keeps secret. So that is exhausting. What is the point of marriage then? See, this is because we devalue domestic labor. This is because we devalue the labor that mothers give. The reality of it is, and I just talked about this in another video, I grew up with a mom who was a stay-at-home wife. And the reality of it is the labor that my mother did made it possible for my dad to only focus on work and to be successful at work. My dad didn't have to worry about how he was going to get dinner tonight. Did he get enough groceries? Is there food? Can he make this meal? He didn't have to worry about whether the laundry was done, if he going to have his good outfit clean for work tomorrow. He didn't have to worry about, did the kids do their homework tonight? He didn't have to worry about those things. Only thing my dad had to do was get up and go to work. And that labor is so devalued, and I talked about this, that we didn't even see it. Like me as a child, growing up in that house, up until my adult, didn't realize it until my mother passed away. And I was almost 30 years old when my mom passed away. And it was because my father had nothing and could do nothing and could produce nothing for himself. He could work a job, but he couldn't keep a roof over his head. He didn't know how to pay the bills. He didn't know what to do after my mother passed away because the labor that she provided was so invaluable. And like, if you like, so many men don't value this labor. So many men have been taught to take this labor for granted. And that's why I say you take it away and give it to yourself, because all of that time and energy that you are expending putting into someone, you could be putting it into yourself. Being alone is the new self-love.
What? I've been doing what for 10 years?
You've been writing on my income.
When I was 9 years old, one day my mom, in the morning when I was getting ready for school, looked at me in my face and said, work hard and study hard so that if you don't want to be with a man, you can just get up and go. And of course, at that time, I didn't understand what she was talking about because I was 9 years old. I knew nothing at all about life. And then later on, I realized money is freedom. Money is literally freedom. I have the option to leave a man and be good because I had enough money. I really can't tell you how many times I have encountered women that I've literally been like, why don't you just leave them? And they're like, well, who's going to pay the rent? Where am I going to go? I don't have a car. When you take years out of your life to focus on your family and you're not building credit, you're not saving money, you're not working, obviously, so you can't save money, and you're not really like putting time and effort to your career, it's going to affect you if it doesn't work. So if you are gonna stay home and give up your career and do all that for the kids or for the family or for your husband because that's what he wants, just make sure you have a backup plan. Just make sure you have a side hustle. You know, maybe work from home or sell stuff or something that you can fall back on. And the reason why I say that is because if things do get ugly, you know you can rely on yourself. Even like the little things like, I just want to have a coffee so bad, or I really like those shoes. You don't have to ask for those things. I had a woman tell me once that she stopped braiding her hair because her husband said it was too expensive and that she didn't need all that. So she goes everywhere looking crazy because he doesn't want to pay for it. And if you can have your own little bank account and save money on the side, even better. You can use that for a family emergency, or you can use that for emergency for yourself. You never know. Y'all can't rely on men. Men have shown us over and over again that they will leave you behind. They will leave you behind. They will stab you in the back millions of times. You got to watch out for yourself, ladies. Trust me. I've seen it over and over and over again. Do what you got to do. Get your career straight. Get your savings straight.
So here's my opinion. While I'm not here to blame the wife, she's been doing a vital job in the household, which is often overlooked. This situation is exactly why I encourage women to never solely depend on a man financially. No matter how secure you think you are, some men will always have the audacity to throw it back in your face. And ladies, that's not the energy we need. Let's unpack the big questions. What's the real value of unpaid labor? Managing a household is no walk in the park. It's a full-time job without weekends off. From cooking and cleaning to raising kids and running errands, these tasks require time, energy, and endless patience. Yet, because these roles don't come with a paycheck, they're often undervalued. The reality is, if stay-at-home spouses were compensated fairly for their work, they'd be earning a hefty salary. Many don't see the value in this labor until they have to do it themselves, which is why it's so important to challenge the narrative that unpaid labor isn't real work. Are the roles of a stay-at-home spouse misunderstood or underappreciated? Absolutely. Too often, stay-at-home spouses face stereotypes that they're just chilling all day, but anyone who's been in those shoes knows that running a household is hard work. It requires multitasking, managing chaos, and often sacrificing personal ambitions for the family. When a partner dismisses these contributions, it's a clear sign they don't fully understand or appreciate what their spouse does. That's why this viral video is sparking such heated debates. It touches on deep-seated issues about how we value work and who gets credit. Why is this video sparking intense debates about gender roles, financial contributions, and respect in a marriage? This video hit a nerve because it brings up critical issues all at once: gender roles, financial power dynamics, and respect in partnerships. For centuries, women have been expected to manage the home while men worked outside, but times are changing. Many women and men are no longer okay with outdated dynamics where one partner is undervalued because they aren't earning a paycheck. When a man calls out his wife for living off his salary, it feels like a slap in the face to anyone who understands the true weight of unpaid labor. Even in 2024, we're still battling these old school ideas about who deserves respect in a marriage. Why I advise against sole dependence. Ladies, this is exactly why I always say, never depend solely on a man. Even if things are great now, having your financial independence protects you from situations where your contributions might be dismissed or taken for granted. You deserve to be in a position where no one can question your worth or make you feel small. Whether it's starting a side hustle, investing in skills, or building your savings, make sure you always have something of your own. So, what do you think? Is the husband just keeping it real, or has he crossed the line into disrespect? Let's get the conversation going in the comments. If you enjoyed today's tea, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to stay updated on all the latest stories and drama. And hey, just between us, If we hit 50K subscribers, you might just get a peek behind the curtain and see who's really spilling all this tea. So join me on this journey as we uncover the truth, one juicy story at a time. Until next time, keep those secrets safe and your tea piping hot. Catch you later, bye!